Hang on, Phil, hang on, Phil. Come here. Check it out. should be big enough. If not, I'll fix it. What's up, bud? What? You bored? You bored? I don't know what I'm doing here. All right. Oh, yeah. Hey guys, Josh here. Thanks for tuning in. Alright guys, we're back out in the woods. We are on a car camping trip, and this is what you might call a glamping trip. We have all sorts of luxuries and amenities on this trip. We've got chairs, we've got tables, we've got coolers, we've got our tent, we've got the car packed full of stuff. Lots of new gear on this trip. This may be the most new gear I've ever had on one single trip. So tons of new stuff. The chair is new, the tent is new. I've got all sorts of new stuff for this trip. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And the tent took forever to set up. I didn't watch any videos. I'd watched YouTubers use these tents, but I didn't really watch any setup videos. I just brought it out here, took it out of the bag, started setting it up, and it was not at all like I pictured in my mind that it was going to be. So it took me a while to get it set up, and it's still not as taut as I would like for it to be, but at least I have a little bit of experience setting it up now, so in future uses it shouldn't be too bad. But yeah, it's not too bad, but just not as taut as I would have liked it, but it'll do. So it's a Pomoly hot tent. I've got my OneTigris stove inside, so oh yeah, we'll be rocking and rolling in some warmth tonight. Okay, so let's talk about this whole glamping thing. And I find myself, as I get older, wanting to do these types of trips more and more. Just load up a vehicle, come out for a weekend, overnighter, whatever. Just chill out, laid back, no fuss. Just bring what you need, just a comfortable camping trip. So I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm getting older, I don't know, but I'm just finding myself wanting to do these types of trips more and more. And I'm not saying I'm going to do this all the time. I'll still do some, you know, backpacking and hiking and things like that. But again, I just find myself wanting to do this more and more. And especially for Max, because Max is getting older, and I don't think I'm going to take Max on any more backpacking type trips where we're hiking around in the woods. It's just, he's getting older, and I'm just seeing it more and more. So he can come out on a trip like this and get plenty of exercise. So I don't want to get him out there and overdo it. It's just getting too hard for him. So yeah, he loves just these relaxed trips. I like them. They're good for him. So that's another reason. It's just, you know, for Max. So basically what I've done is I've taken my old 98 Isuzu Rodeo, which is my backup vehicle. My stepdaughter has been driving it for a while, but she recently got a newer vehicle. So the Rodeo was back in my hands, so I figured I'm going to take the Rodeo, I'm going to turn it into an exclusive camp vehicle. So I bought some totes, I've got everything organized, I've got certain things in certain totes, I've got spare wood so I don't have to come out here and collect a bunch of firewood, because you know how I feel about collecting firewood. So, and I've got a tote just for gear, I've got a tote for cooking supplies and extra clothing, and one for Max, and just organization in the vehicle. I mean, it's cram full of stuff, but I like it. I mean, I've got a space for tools, and we might go over and look at it here in a few minutes. But yeah, it's just my old Rodeo. I mean, it'll go anywhere. It's got a ton of miles on it. The paint's faded on it. It's got things that don't work on it. The fuel gauge doesn't work, the AC doesn't work, but for a camp vehicle, I don't mind that kind of stuff. I don't care to come out here and beat it up and scratch it and get dog hair all in it and things like that. So it's just a perfect camp vehicle. It's the most reliable vehicle that I've ever owned. I've never had to do a thing to it other than just general maintenance, timing belt, water pump, oil changes, you know, brakes, things like that, but never anything major. Still runs and drives great. So the old Rodeo, the old red Rodeo, is the new Josh in the Woods camp car. And that car's got sentimental value. My grandmother bought me that car many, many, many years ago when I was needing a vehicle. And so I'm attached to that car. Now, my grandmother's still alive, but she's not doing well right now. So that car means a lot to me, and it means a lot to me to be able to bring it out on trips like this, hang out with my dog, just come out to the woods, have a good old time out in the woods. You know what I mean? Alright, so in the back of the road, it's kind of a mess right now. I had it better organized. But I've got a large tote here that I just keep tarps, poles, just carbon monoxide detector that I've got to get out for the hot tent. First aid kits, just odds and ends that I might need on a camping trip. In this one, this smaller tote right here, I've got all my cooking stuff, plates, pots, pans, utensils, spatulas, spices, all that stuff. In this bottom tote, I've got clothing, extra socks, and a couple shirts and boxers and sleeping pants and some slippers, just camp shoes, things like that. Beanies, and here I've got some extra beanies. And just depending on what the weather does, I'm always prepared. I've always got clothing in here. An extra sleeping bag, my power station that I'll get out later, lanterns, a gas grill, so just all sorts of stuff. I've got another larger tote up here that's got just firewood in it, wood that I've just prepared at home, brought into the tote, into the vehicle. That way I've always got plenty of firewood. I mean, I can always go around and grab more firewood if I need to, but I've got ready-made firewood right here. I've got another tote up here that's got just all Max's stuff in it, his bowls, leash, a jacket, harness, just all sorts of different stuff that Max might need on a camping trip. And up here I've got a cargo net that attaches to the handles, and in that cargo net you can stuff, I've got a pillow in there, I've got sleeping pads, sheets for the sleeping pads, just stuff like that. So everything is well, or at least it was well organized. It's kind of a mess right now, but so yeah, the old camping rodeo. And I'm just going to leave everything in here all the time. I mean, I'll take out batteries and the jackery and my lanterns and things like that, but otherwise just all this stuff will stay in here. If I want to make a last minute camping trip, if I want to go straight after work, go on a camping trip, I can make up my mind, take the rodeo, and I've got all my stuff already in there if I want to do a glamping trip like this. So I've got a bag here with food in it, stuff that doesn't need to be kept cold, snacks and things like that I've got in here. So yeah, everything is just ready to go. I can hop in the car, go camping if I want to go camping. Everything's already in here. Shelters will change. I'll swap out shelters. I've got a OneTigris tent back here right now that I'll just kind of leave back here. But sleeping bag, sleeping pads, tent, everything's in here. Some stuff may interchange from time to time because I always like to try new gear and change things. But good to go. So the camp rodeo. You'll be seeing more of this throughout the Josh in the Wood videos. So. Alright, something else new I've got on this trip is this Winnerwell fire pit. There is a fire pit right over here, but it has not been used in a long time. It is all grown over with stuff, and I do not want to clear it out. Plus, I've got this new fire pit that I just want to use, so I'm going to use it. But just to explain why I'm using a fire pit that I brought instead of the fire pit that is here, which is obvious, there's one right here, but I just don't want to clean it up. So, and there is lots of grass and lots of weeds and crap growing in there. that could potentially be a problem with the fire in there. So we're not going that route. Now you know. Alright guys, camp is mostly set up. I think anyway. I'm still getting my sleeping pad situated. I got a new sleeping pad. I'm all into this car camping thing. I bought a lot of new stuff. And of course I've not been out in a while. And just a lot of weird stuff going on. A lot of sickness. We had a death in the family. My grandmother's not doing well. Just a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. We've had the grandbaby a lot. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. I've just not been out lately. But in the meantime, I've been, you know, picking up stuff here and there. It's not like I bought all this stuff at one time and anything crazy like that. But yeah, just picked up a little here and there. And so yeah, I've got a Exped MegaMat. It's supposed to be super comfortable. I mean, if we're going to come out and glamp like this, we got to do it in comfort. So, you know what I mean? So, comfortable pad. I've got my down quilt. Max has got his set up. I've got Max's jacket on. I've got my jacket on. I've got my gloves on. It's chilly out here. It's 36 Fahrenheit right now, but it's windy. It wouldn't be so bad without the wind. That wind is cold. So, yeah. Man, it's so peaceful out here. Just beautiful. It's cold. Beautiful though. Really enjoying it. Feels good to be out in the woods. Or sort of woods. I'm not really in the woods, but they're close. But I'm getting a little bit hungry. It's only, what time is it? It's 4:30, so a little bit later than I thought. So I think I'm gonna go ahead, get the fire going. I've got some sausages, some chili, and I don't know, some snacks and stuff. So I'm gonna have sausages. Max has got his dog food. So I forgot to get, usually I get a pack of hot dogs for Max when we come out. He can enjoy a treat on our camp out. I forgot to get Max's hot dogs. And my sausages are like jalapeno cheddar or something like that, so he can't have those. So he's going to be really bummed out that he doesn't get his camp treat. I feel bad, but he's got plenty of dog food and treats and stuff like that, so he'll be good. I'll make it up to him tomorrow. So, let's get this fire going. I'm ready for some warmth and I'm ready for some dinner. So let's get to it. I know what you're wanting, bud. Whoa, shoot. Dang it. Well, that sucks. I mean, I've got more, but I just don't want to get another one out. 2 will be good. The fire can have the other. Alright guys, hot dogs, or sausages, jalapeno cheddar sausages. No cheese on top because there's cheese in the dogs, or sausages. It's gonna be messy. But good. That fire feels wonderful. I put the windscreen up because it's pretty windy, but it's kind of coming from every which way, so I kind of put it where it seemed to be the most consistent blowing through. So it seems to be doing the trick. So guys, I'm going to eat, enjoy my dinner, chill out for a little bit. I'll be back soon. Alright, so I've got this little contraption, and it is basically just a lantern hook. If I can get this in here without cross-threading it. These gloves are not helping because my fingers are, or my hands are sliding off of it. There's that. This bottom piece goes into the ground. Good. Voodoo Ranger Imperial IPA. It's cold, very cold. A lot of alcohol content in these, so about 2, I'm good for the night. And I gotta say, this little lantern hanger, it's pretty nifty. It's pretty cool. I told you guys I'm glamping. Glamping, going all out. I'm roughing it, big time. But anyway, got my beer. Dinner was delicious. Max had his dog food. I gave him a couple of hot dog buns. He seemed to be pleased with that. So, yeah, got all my cooking implements cleaned up. My plate, and I've got my pot on right now to get a boil going so that I can get that chili residue out of it. But yeah, everything else is cleaned up, so we are just relaxing. And what are we going to do tonight? We are going to sit back. I really don't have good service out here. It's spotty. It'll work sometimes, sometimes it won't. Usually I'll watch some YouTube videos. I did not download any. I've got some movies downloaded on my phone and my Kindle. So I can watch some movies, relax, enjoy the fire. In a little while we'll get the hot tent fired up. And with the hot tent tonight, I've just got small fuel blocks. Just compressed wood type things. That's usually what I do when I go hot tent camping. Because my stove, the OneTigris stove, I hope it'll work okay in this tent because it's a bigger stove and this is a smaller tent. There's not a lot of room on that side, that area where the hot tent goes. So I hope it's okay, but that stove is so heavy, the only way I can use it is car camping. So if I'm going to do that, I'm just going to bring these little fuel blocks and use those because they burn great. They last a long time, so should keep it toasty warm inside the tent tonight. It's been a good night, guys. Feels good. Got the fire going good. Just sitting here close to it. Max is laying here close to the fire, getting some of that warmth. So, still on my first beer. But yeah, it's been a good night. I cannot get any service right now. So, doesn't look like I'm going to be watching any YouTube videos or catching up on people I watch. So, luckily I do have some stuff downloaded I can watch later. But, yeah, good night. Good night. I love this spot. Awesome spot. Beautiful spot. The only thing I don't love about this spot is there's a highway around here. And occasionally you can hear, especially like trucks, loud trucks, diesels, things like that. You can hear traffic noise or road noise. That is the only thing I do not like about this spot. It's not bad, but you can definitely hear it sometimes. So, anyway, guys, I'm gonna sit here, enjoy the fire, enjoy my beer, just relax. That's what this trip is about, relaxing. It's like a mini vacation out in the cold. But yeah, I'm just gonna sit here, take it easy, relax. I will bring you guys back later when we get inside the hot tent. That might be 2 hours, 3 hours. It's not gonna make a difference to you. It's probably just gonna be a few minutes. But for me, it might be a few hours. But take care, guys. Alright guys, it's cold outside. 20 something degrees Fahrenheit. So anyway, I got the stove lit. Max and I are going to crawl in the tent and go to sleep. So it's been a few hours since I talked to you last. Just been sitting around enjoying the fire, watching some videos, but it's bedtime. I'm sleepy. Max is sleepy, so we're going to bed, guys. I will see you guys in the morning for some coffee and whatever we decide to have for breakfast. So anyway, take care, guys. See you in the morning. Good morning, guys. It's cold out here. I don't know the exact temp. My phone's buried over here somewhere, but it's cold. I mean, 20 something Fahrenheit. Probably 23, 24, somewhere around there. But I slept great. I mean, great. Probably the best night's sleep I've ever had camping. Now, of course, I had, you know, this MegaMat, which is huge and comfortable. I've got a pillow over here, you know, a memory foam pillow. So I had all sorts of luxuries that I've never had before. Just being inside this warm tent, man, I was out. And I slept late. It's 9 o'clock right now. So, I mean, I've been up for 30, 45 minutes, but still slept a lot later than I usually do. So, that was nice. I just dread the pick up and clean up because I got a lot of stuff. Anyway, got my coffee on. I'll have my coffee. I'm not going to restart a fire outside. I'm just going to stay inside the tent. I've got all the doors open, but it's still holding in a lot of this heat. So, yeah. Oh, man. Alright, so, while I'm enjoying my coffee, let's recap the trip. Great time. Really, really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. I almost started not to even come. I was at home, just laying on the couch, relaxing, watching TV, and I thought, man, this is nice. And Tracy kind of talked me into it. I guess she wanted rid of me. But anyway, I'm glad I came. But yeah, really enjoyed it. Again, I've just found myself lately wanting to do more of these car camping type trips. So that's what I did. A lot of new gear on this trip. Everything performed really well. I really like that Winnerwell fire pit. That really comes in handy if you're in a spot where you don't have a ready-made fire pit, one that's already there and set up. This Pomoly Stovehot something, Stovehot 70 2.0. My phone's going off. I like it. Once it was set up, I liked it. But I don't know if I'll use it a lot going forward. I like freestanding tents. I don't like tents that you have to set up using poles and guy lines. So I gave it a shot. It's neat. It was really warm. I like the layout of it. Setting it up would be much easier now going forward, now that I know. Oh my goodness. But yeah, a freestanding tent just is so much simpler. Pomoly does have some freestanding tents that I might look into because I do like their stuff. Great night's sleep. Excellent night's sleep. This MegaMat is awesome. It's going to be a pain to deflate and pack back up though. But yeah, really cold. The DOD outdoors chair, very comfortable, super comfortable. And that's all I can think of on the gear. Max had a sleeping mat, or just a mat, you know, for him to lay around on while I'm sitting in my comfortable chair. Now he's got a comfortable bed to lay on. And from OneTigris, it's but a little bit smaller than I thought, but Max is a big dog, so it's sometimes hard to find things that'll fit him when you're ordering online. So he really liked it. He laid on it pretty much all night until we came in here and got in the tent, and then he got on his insulated pad. So yeah, good stuff, good stuff. So yeah, I think I'm going to sit here, enjoy the rest of my coffee. I've got some cereal that I brought with me and some milk for breakfast. But you guys know me, I'm just not much of a breakfast person. So I don't know that I'll have any of the stuff I brought for breakfast. We're actually supposed to go out to eat with my daughter and granddaughter and everybody here in a little bit, so I think I'm just going to wait and chow down when we go there. But I'm ready to go, so I'm going to finish up my coffee, begin to break everything down, and get the heck out of here and enjoy the rest of my Sunday day. So anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. So I'll be back soon. Don't know exactly when. Hopefully in a couple weeks, if the schedule allows it. So anyway, guys, take care. I'll see you next time.